What is the most important skill an artist needs to have? Is it technical ability? Is it talent? Is it creativity? I don't think it's any of those personally. If you ask me, the most important skill an artist needs to have is the ability to endure being bad at something. How many times have you been outside drawing and someone comes up to you and they're like, wow, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. I gave up drawing however many years ago. It all comes back to the fact that art, when you first start out, is inherently painful. Unless you're some sort of savant, unless you're some sort of savant, you're not born being amazing at art. It's something that you have to grind your teeth through just to get halfway decent at it. And most people cannot endure that pain of being bad at something. I was one of them. This is one of my early sketchbooks from many years ago. Let's take a look at it. All right, so this is an old sketchbook from years ago. One of the first things I notice is it's from Mead. I don't even know that they still make sketchbooks, or it's not something I would buy today. Copyright 2012, so who knows. Anyway, let's thumb through it real quick. All right, first up, we've got this Escher piece, classic art student thing. A failed version of the Escher piece. Some more Escher type stuff. This is smudged, but it's a tattoo I wanted to get but never got. This is supposed to be a portrait of Louis C.K. Obviously, this did not age well. Really bad figure drawing. Poor attempt at hands. I guess this is supposed to be a gesture. It looks pretty bad. All right, we don't have to look through everything because the reason I brought this sketchbook up is not to show off my bad drawings, but to show off how empty it is. Early on in my career as an artist, I could not endure the pain of being bad at something. I did about this many pages, and then I left this many pages blank. The good news about this is that this is clearly something you can develop, because my sketchbooks do not look like this today. I actually fill up my sketchbooks. It's not some notion of talent that you're either born with or you have it or you don't. So, how do you go from the point of this to this? What is this? Well, this is a box of art. This is a box of completed artworks that, according to my label here, not sure you can see that, that says art number 1, 2019 to 2024. Took me 5 years to fill this box, but I have a box of finished artwork, and I'm working on my second one. Of course, this doesn't include all the sketchbooks and digital works and things that were just too big to fit in here. But how do you go from this to our box down here? The answer echoes what a lot of bodybuilders might say. And the answer is very simple: discipline. Something you can build. It is a muscle. All you have to do is learn to show up every day. Motivation falters. It comes and goes depending on the mood or the weather, how much you have going on in your life. But discipline is something that you can stick to no matter what. And if you're just starting out, the advice I always give is to make it very manageable. Do 5, maybe 10 minutes a day. And do that for a long time until that feels like it's not enough time. Most of the time, if you can do the 10 minutes a day or the 5 minutes a day, you'll usually wind up doing more, because in many cases, the hardest part is just starting in the first place. Build the discipline of showing up every day. Only once you do that, without regard to what sort of work you're producing, will you get to where you want to be. The quality of the work follows from the discipline of showing up every day. The main skill an artist needs to have is the discipline to work, even when it sucks, especially when it sucks, because most of the time, the creation of art is not glamorous. You're just sitting in a room by yourself with a pencil, paintbrush, whatever, just hoping to make something halfway decent. And despite what we may see on social media, most of the time, our stuff isn't as good as we want it to be. Here and there, we hit it out of the park and make something nice, but for the most part, it's just a grind until eventually one day it's not, and you actually start to like your stuff. So I started this channel a couple of months ago. I don't know if I'm a good content creator at this point, but what I do know is that I have the discipline to stick with it, even though I may not be where I want to be at. And I think at the end of the day, that's the most important part. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to continue making many more just like it. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Until next time, bye.